Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Speak Smart. Today we are going to learn about all future tense. I will explain you here all future tense and I hope before that you better be understand the past tense and the present tense. So here we go with the simple future tense. So simple future tense is what? Here we are going to explain. So simple future tense is a very simple type of tense. It is very easy as well because here we are using both the verbs regular and irregular verbs with will verb. Okay. For the future we are using will and here we are using the all subject with will and the base form of the verb, that is verb first form. So here I am taking the example of travel verb. Travel is the verb first form. Okay. And when you are making the negative, so how you make a negative? Will not, you are using as the full form, and in short you can use the won't verb. Okay, this is the sentence formation with the simple future. Now here are the, we are talking about the uses, but the main use is like to talk about a sudden decisions. In simple future you will take the sudden decision, like I am hungry, I will make a sandwich. मुझे भूख लगी है तो मैं सैंडविच बनाऊंगी, right? This type of sudden decision we are making in the simple future. The timeline is like we are only talking about the future actions in simple future. Okay, now we will move on to the few more uses of the simple future. So here the 7 different types of uses of simple future we will see one by one with the help of example. So here we go with the first one, that the sudden decision that we already explained before. What is it? Oh, it's raining. I will take a taxi instead of walking. So बारिश हो रही है. I will take a taxi instead of walking. पैदल चलने की बजाय मैं क्या करूँगी? टैक्सी से जाऊँगी. So that was the sudden decision I made when I see like it's raining outside. Okay. Now here we go with the another example. You will understand better. Wow, this is on sale. I will buy it. So will is my verb and with that I am using the buy verb, that is the base form of verb, and here I am making कि अच्छा ये सेल पे है तो मैं खरीद लूँगी, like I will buy it. Now second thing is for predictions. आप कुछ prediction लगाना चाहते हैं, like you will love visiting Japan. The culture and the food are amazing. You love visiting Japan. आप जापान घूमने आएंगे, आपको अच्छा लगेगा. I think it will be sunny tomorrow. Let's go to the beach. Right? It will be tomorrow. We are talking about the predictions. Now promises, to make the promises we also use the simple future. I will always love you. This is the promise you made to someone else, right? For that also we are using the simple future. Now go with the more example of it, then you understand better, and in the meanwhile you can also try to make the examples. Okay, I will be there on time, I promise. So here you can see the promise word is itself here, right? But here you are talking about like मैं वहाँ रहूँगा अब time पे. Now if you want to give some order, some command, some type of instruction to someone, that time you also use the simple future. I don't want to hear any excuse. You will finish this by tomorrow. Okay, so this is the command, instruction, you can set order, anything you can assume. Okay, you will subscribe to my channel. This is again a command or the order, right? So it's an order I said. Okay, so you, I think you will do it. Now next is the invitation for inviting someone for something, like will you come to Venice with me? Like that question form you are using here most probably to give the invitations with the help of simple future. Like will you marry me? Again this is the question form you are using while giving the invitations to someone. Now to talk about the future facts. The train will depart at 6 a.m. sharp. Okay, so here we are talking about future facts कि चली जाएगी, right? So for that we are using with verb first form depart with the verb will. Okay, this is a future prediction we are making. Now here we go with the more examples of future facts. And you also, in the meanwhile, you can also make the examples. This departs or is departing we are using in present. Okay, you will turn 18 next month. So next month when you are celebrating your birthday, that time you turn 18. It is a fixed, nobody will change it. Okay, so the turn or our turning is like we are using in present. Now conditional statement, some possibility when you want to mention in simple future, that time also you make this type of sentence like if you don't study you will fail the exam. Okay, simple. Possibility is there. Effect and cause you can say also like that. Now if it rains they will cancel the event. Again it is a possibility. जरूरी नहीं है बारिश आएगी बट होती है तो इवेंट जो था है वो कैंसिल हो जाएगा. ओके, नाउ वी विल मूव टू द फ्यूचर कंटिन्यूअस टेंस. The future continuous tense is also said to be the future progressive tense, and here we are using the will be verb with all subject along with past participle, along with ing form, sorry, base verb form with ing. So we are making negative, so we are put not word in between will and be, and the short form is won't be. Okay, now it is quite simple, but it also has a many uses that we will see. Like the main use is like that action in progress at a specific time. So here we are talking about such action that happens at some specific time. Okay, like I will be eating at 12:30, so your eating time is like 12:30, not before that, not after that. You will be eating. Okay, so here the specific time in the future is must. While we are talking about the future continuous tense. Okay, that now we will see more in depth. Like it also has a seven different uses that we will see one by one. Move on to the like first one that we already explained. This is the main use of future continuous. Like tomorrow at 10 p.m. I will be attending a conference. So I'm talking about the specific time in future, such actions to be happen. I hope you understand. Now we will watching TV when you arrive. So again, when I was watching a TV, that time like someone has arrived. So this is again the action in progress at some specific time. Now here we will go with the simultaneous actions. Simultaneous actions is like that two actions are supposed to be happen at the same time. That two different peoples are doing the same activity at the same time. Like while you are will be exercising at the gym, I will be taking a yoga class. So you can see the two like actions are happening at the same time. जब आप exercise कर रहे थे gym में तब मैं yoga class ले रही थी. Okay, two actions we are talking about here in simultaneous actions. As the teacher is explaining, the students will be taking notes. So here I am talking about the classroom, like when teacher is explaining something, that time the students are busy in their like jot down some important points. So here again the two actions are going on at the same time, that we call simultaneous action. Some future habits or the routines, like on like in winters, in summers, or in like on weekends, on Sundays, on Saturdays. If you are doing the same thing, the repetition of the same thing, that will be narrated here. Like every Sunday, I will be baking fresh bread for breakfast. So it is like a action, continuous action. Like at some period of interval, you are doing the same activity. That is called the future active or the routine. Now that I quit my job, I will be meeting friends for coffee every day. So again, it is like a sequence of actions you are doing. Like every day you are repeating the same thing. You are meeting with the friend and having the coffee. So this is the future habit or the action. Now here the future plans and the intention. Next Friday I will be interviewing candidates for the new position. This is again I am talking about the plans and the intentions with the help of the future continuous tense. Now let's go to the another example. Next week I will be meeting with the new team members. So here I have a plan, some intention that I will be meeting with someone else. Okay, for making the polite inquiries about someone's plan, you are inquiring something by asking a few questions. right? In a question form, like, will you be attending the meeting tomorrow? So this is, you are asking the question to someone else, and it is type of a polite inquiry you are doing on someone's plan. Got it? Now go to the another. Will you be working late this evening? So again, you are doing the short type of inquiry on someone's plan. Okay. Events that are fixed or expected to happen in such actions that are fixed and supposed to be happen, like the city will be hosting the annual marathon in October. Date may be varied, but the month is fixed, like in the month of October, right? They will be hosting, the city will be hosting some type of marathon. The band will be performing at the festival next weekend. Okay, so it is a sure fixed plan. Now temporary actions also in the future, that we also narrate in a future continuous, that was a temporary, like that was happened like only for just some short period of time. My parents are visiting, so I will be sleeping in the kitchen for the next 2 weeks. So my parents are with me like for 2 weeks, so I used to sleep in the kitchen, not for all the time. This is the temporary action I am talking about in the future, in future continuous. Okay, he will be taking the subway to work until his car is fixed. So he used to go by like sub subway until his car is fixed, like his car is in the garage and he used to go to the work. Will be taking the subway. Okay, so this is a temporary action. Now move on to the future perfect. What is the future perfect? So first the sentence formations, we are using will have verb with all subject, and here will have comes with past participle, that is verb third form. Here I am using left verb. Left verb is the third form of the verb and it is an irregular verb. The verb form is leave, left and left. So you can see left is the verb third form I am using while making the sentences in future perfect. Okay, the another verb I am taking arrived. So arrived is a regular verb because it ends with ed. Arrive, arrived, and arrived is the verb third form that I am using while making the sentences in future perfect. Okay, here we will move to the more usage of the future perfect, and for making the negative you just put not in between will and have, or either you can use won't have. The future perfect is a very useful verb tense, and the main use is like we have to talk about the completed action. Here we are only talking about the completed action before some time, before some specific time, like she will left the office by 6 p.m. So here you can see the action is completed. उसने office छोड़ दिया था, right? छोड़ चुकी थी. She will left the office by 6 p.m. So here we are talking about such actions that are completed actions, okay, before some specific time. This is the timeline. You can better be understand with the timeline also. Now the future perfect has only three different uses that we will explain one by one, and the main use is like action completed before a specific time in the future. Okay, that we already explained, but let's see here another example with the help of another example, like by 10 a.m. By 10 p.m. I will have finished my homework. तो 10 बजे तक मैं मेरा होमवर्क पूरा कर चुकी होंगी. Like that we are making the sentences. Many cities will have adopted electric bus transportation systems by 2040. So here again I am talking about the completed action, like I am talking about, I am mentioning the time, but before that also the like action is completed. So it is the action completed. Future perfect, action completed. Okay. Now action completed before another future action. Like before completing the one action, the another action got complete. Like here I am talking about Liz will have left the office by the time you arrive. जब तक आप आए तब तक लिज जो है वो जा चुका था ऑफिस से. So here one action is completed. Will have left is completed and you arrive. आपके आने के आपके आने से पहले ही लिज जो था वो जा चुका था. So लिज जाने का जो एक्शन है वो कंप्लीट हो चुका है. By the time I get to the airport, the plane will have taken off. तो जब तक मैं एयरपोर्ट पे पहुंचा the plane जो था वो उड़ चुका था. So again here I am talking about two action. One action is completed before another action. Okay, will have taken off. उड़ चुका था मेरे एयरपोर्ट पहुंचने तक. Now third, here we are expressing some duration. By this winter we will know each other for 5 years. इन ठंडियों तक हम एक दूसरे को जानते हैं, तो उसको कितने हो जाएंगे, 5 साल हो चुके होंगे कि हम एक दूसरे को जानते हैं इस विंटर तक। सो हियर कि 5 सालों से हम पास्ट में भी देख रहे हैं कि भाई 5 सालों से हम उस पर्टिकुलर व्यक्ति को जानते आ रहे हैं, और अभी इस विंटर जो है हमको पूरे 5 साल हो जाएंगे एक दूसरे को जानते हुए। सो सच टाइप ऑफ expressions we are made in future perfect. I hope you understand. I will have owned my house for 10 years by the end of this month. Right, so here again I am talking about the past action, and here कि जब तक मैं अपना घर ले चुकी होंगी तो उसको 10 साल हो जाएंगे इस महीने तक. Right, so this type of sentences we are making where we are expressing the duration with some point in the future. Now it's a time to talk about or discuss about the future perfect continuous tense or a future perfect progressive tense. Here we are talking about the sentence formation. So here we are using will have verb with all subject. Along with been word, the verb form for been is be, was and been. We can call it as a past participle also. It is a be verb. And with that we are using verb first form with ing, that is a present participle, exercising. And while I am making the negative, so I use will not have or won't have. Okay, for the short form we are using won't have. Now here in future perfect progressive tense only has the one use. Here we only focus on the duration of ongoing action until some future point. Okay, और हमारा जो focus है only it is on the ड्यूरेशन, कि कोई भी एक्शन हो रहा है तो वो कब तक चल रहा है, उसके फिक्स होने का जो फ्यूचर का जो पॉइंट है वो कब तक जाने वाला है. बिकॉज हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द ऑन गोइंग एक्शन दैट आर गोइंग अप टू सम पॉइंट, लाइक बाय नेक्स्ट मंथ we will have been working on this project for 6 months. So here we are using for 6 months, talking about like my focus is on the duration and the duration is like 6 months. Okay, and ongoing action that is showing by like verb first form with ing, that I am using working word, and by the next month अगले महीने तक. Okay, so this type of like sentences we are framing in the future perfect progressive tense. Now another example, in 30 minutes we will have been driving for 6 hours. In 30 minutes, so we are talking about the 30 minutes, like we will have been driving for 6 hours. And here time expression is like 6 hours. We are talking about the duration. I'm talking about is 6 hours in 30 minutes. Right, it's like we will have been driving, हम कर चुके होंगे अगले 30 लाइक मिनट तक ड्राइविंग, और हमने वो एक्शन कब चालू किया था, सिर्फ वो 6 आवर्स, 6 आवर्स से कर रहे हैं, बट कब जाके एंड होगा वी नेवर नो, ओनली वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द 30 मिनट्स. ओके, इन 30 मिनट्स, जैसे आने वाले 30 मिनट्स में हम हमारी ड्राइविंग कर चुके होंगे 6 घंटे के लिए. इट्स लाइक दिस वी आर मेकिंग. ओके, only one use it is having. So I hope you understand very well. Now another example is here, when we land in New York we will have been flying for 10 hours. तो जब हम लैंड करेंगे न्यूयॉर्क में उससे पहले हम क्या कर चुके होंगे, हम 10 घंटे की जर्नी हमारी कर चुके होंगे. राइट, सो वी स्टार्टेड एक्शन 10 आवर्स बिफोर, एंड जब हम लैंड करेंगे तब 10 घंटे पूरे हो चुके होंगे. सो ओनली द फोकस इज ऑन द ड्यूरेशन, दैट इज द 10 आवर्स वी आर मेकिंग. Okay, and you also make an example in this tense to understand this very well. Okay, I hope you understand the all simple future, future continuous, future perfect continuous tense. Okay, another example that we are completing here, like when we land in New York we will have been flying for 10 hours. That was the previous example I am again taking. Okay, So here is the timeline. You can better be understand with the timeline. So if suppose before that example I am talking about the past, but here I am talking about like in the present, you are traveling for the 10, like flying for the 10 hours. So like the sections we are also making. Today you are starting your journey and it like completed 10 hours of your journey, and then after that you will be land at the New York. Okay, so here is the short revision of simple future. Simple future is like future actions I am talking about. I will go home. I am tired. I will go home. Now future progressive. I will be sleeping at 6 a.m. Talk about the ongoing action at a specific time. Future perfect. I will have had lunch by 1 p.m. So here we are talking about the completed action like before some time or at a specific time, and here she will have been working